This is Eve, who the little arm that you can see is something I was primarily responsible for. I did this is Eve's arrival apparatus. I did this little fat guy for the devolved human. This is a piranha from Up, which is mainly notable for being low poly. This is a very high poly damaged Wally. This is a ZBrush Hulk I did, which I was pretty proud of. ZBrush comes really naturally to me. This was for a SpongeBob game. I mainly did the textures. The model was done. This was for what Minion looked like in Mastermind. This was Mastermind's girlfriend, Roxanne. This is a little bit like what Mastermind early looked like. There's a boa constrictor from Up. And this is our pretty much, I did that, the little arrival vehicle and all the texture and everything. And Eve, the main thing to note about Eve, I did her, but the riggers did all the really tricky stuff in terms of like how her arm comes apart, but I did all the parts and I had very little reference for it. And it always gave me a thrill when the animators basically used Eve doing just that, producing her gun, shooting, and it all clapping up together and becoming seamless again. Very challenging to do something as seamless as Eve. But of course we got and then I did this little pod that Wally finds himself in. Again, very little reference, and did a pretty good job when you look at the movie what the pod looked like. It's also interesting to work on these things and be the recipient of this and that from the company, but not really knowing the story or anything like that. And so there's Eve and all her little fingers that appear. And there's my damaged Wally. And I believe we won an award for this bit of animatic, and I was pretty proud of. There goes that gun again. I guess I've cut together just about everything I did a lot more in Wally, but what you're seeing here is probably the highlights of what I did in the animatic. I think I've edited the animatic. It doesn't show all the animatics. This is just things that I was involved with. And then my name comes up here in the credits, and I was very proud of all the things we did on Wally, because it was a step into the next generation gaming look art. So that's my 3D reel. Thanks for looking.